Okay. How you guys doing? All right, on this little episode or whatever, we're gonna continue on our dark chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna add the ingredients into the dark chocolate. I just heated up some of the cocoa butter. Okay, I just heated it up, so we're gonna add it to our cocoa liquor. Okay. Oh, let me turn this down. Okay, so we're gonna add our heated cocoa butter to our liquor. Real quick, I'm just gonna test to make sure that the temperature is above 90 degrees. You want it to at least like 90 degrees when you add it to the liquor, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and give it a little test. Okay. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it is well over 90 degrees. So that's perfect to add. You want it really hot so it mixes really well in the liquor. Okay. And as you can see from earlier, our chocolate was really gritty and just really thick, and now you can see it's turned into something really nice and liquidy. Okay, looks really good right now. See if I can zoom in on that. Okay, you can see a nice little shine on the chocolate. It's starting to really break down those cocoa fats and really starting to blend with those cocoa solids. Okay, and that's exactly how we want it before we add our butter. Perfect, nice, creamy liquor. Okay. Looks really good. Okay. And we're not going to really worry about all the stuff on the sides, because as we add our butter and our ingredients, it'll thicken up and it'll add all that in. And here's our sugar we're going to be adding in. Then we have our butter. Finally, our butter's nice and broken down. I'm about to add this butter real quick. It's a little hot, so we're going to go ahead and add this. And you'll start to see it liquefy as I add the butter. And as you can see, it's starting to get way more liquidy. Okay. After we add that butter to it, it's gonna look a lot more shiny, a lot more liquidy. Okay, that's exactly how we want our chocolate to look before we add our ingredients, our dry ingredients. Okay. It has a really good look to it. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful. And we just added some of our cocoa butter. Dominican Republic cocoa butter. Okay. All we did was heated up some of it. Heated it up. And I just added it, and it has a really good chocolate look to it. Okay. Now we're gonna add our sugar. We're gonna go ahead and add the sugar. Okay. It's already measured out exactly for the recipe. Okay. Okay, you're gonna see me add the sugar, and when you add it, you want to add it really slow. I typically add it slow so it can mix in. You don't want to add it too fast either, or else it'll thicken up really too quick and make it hard for the grinders to kind of grind it up. So just lightly, just add it in. Okay, and as you can see, as I add the sugar, it's really starting to thicken up. And it's gonna get a little gritty as I add the dry ingredients. Okay. Oh, and we can go ahead and say hello to my little fish Viola. She's in there. Oh, she's not in there. I don't see her. Oh, whatever. Alright. You just want to add this really slowly. Okay. Don't want to add it too fast. It'll really mess it up. Okay. I love just watching like the sugar just dissolve into the chocolate. It's so soothing. This is gonna make such an awesome chocolate. Like, can't wait to taste it after it's all molded. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit just for a little bit before I add the rest of this. And like I said on my last live video, I will be molding these chocolates into these molds right here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and color them. Oh, and spilled sugar everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and color them with these on our bars. We're gonna make a nice. I might even mix a couple of these colors, just to make a different couple variation of colors. You know, it'll be a real nice outcome on the actual chocolate bars when they're done. Okay. And these are the only ingredients I use. All right, so this is for my dark chocolate, right? So when I make my milk chocolate, when I add the sugar, I'll be adding my milk as well. But this is for a 50% dark chocolate with 50% sugar, so no milk's gonna be added during this time or for this batch, but my next batch definitely will be some milk in there. The next batch I make will be a dark milk chocolate. It'll have about like 10% milk fats, and then when I make my milk chocolate, that'll be a 33% cocoa chocolate, so be a lot more milk in that one. a lot more creamier. It'll be a lot lighter as well. It won't look as dark as this. It'll be a lot lighter. So just watch the sugar dissolve into the chocolate. Watch it all mix together. Okay. And that's just the sugar crystals like lumping up together. Okay. But it's okay though, because it'll all dissolve. I'm gonna let this go for about 12 to 16 hours before I start the next part of the process. And the next part of the process is just conching and mixing the chocolate to cover the particles, the sugar particles, with cocoa fat, so then it will mix and pull the flavor out of the chocolate for flavor development and whatnot. So we're just going to go ahead and add the rest of this in there. And as you can see, our chocolate's starting to get way thicker. It's starting to really thick up, as you can see right there. Earlier it was a little bit more fluid, more water-like, but now it's starting to get a little bit more chocolatey, you know, like a thick syrup, kind of like. And that's fine. That's what we want. Go ahead and add the rest of this sugar. We're almost done. Got a little bit left. We don't want to add it too soon. We don't want to thicken up the chocolate too much to where the grinders can't really roll it. But it looks like we're doing pretty fine though. It's rolling off the grinders pretty well. So we can go ahead and just continue to add a little bit more. And what's happening chemically with the chocolate is that while you're adding the sugar, it's actually, the sugar crystals are actually molding in between the cocoa solids and the cocoa butter. So that's why it's getting like a more of a paste. And then so during this process, it's just going to grind down our sugar crystals. And the goal is to grind it down to where we can get it to like about 25 to 30 microns size. And what happens when we get it down to that size is it'll make a really good mouthfeel, and it won't be gritty. You won't be able to really taste the sugar solids in there. It'll be a real like mouthfeel to where it like dissolves in your mouth, and that's all because of grinding it down to those to that micron size. Okay. And then so the next part of the process will be mixing. And so after we get the sugar crystals down to 25 to 30 microns, when we mix it, the whole point of mixing is just to cover those sugar crystals and milk fat crystals, if it's milk chocolate, cover those particles with cocoa butter. And when that happens, it brings out the flavor and makes your chocolate more fluid-like. So almost done here. We got a little bit more chocolate, sugar to go. Almost done. And once again, we're just gonna let this go for about 12 to 16 hours before we start the next part of the process. And so, just to give you guys a little overview of the process, it's grinding. After you grind it, you want to conch it. After you conch it, we're going to temper the chocolate to bring it to the right temperature, so then we can just mold our chocolates into our chocolate bars, into our chocolate molds. Okay. Just look at those molds. So nice. Okay, almost done with our sugar. And as you can see, it's starting to get really thick. Those sugar crystals are getting in between the fat and the cocoa. Just go ahead and add the rest of this sugar. And give it time, it'll go down as the crystals start to break down. Give it another second before I add the rest of that in, let it go down a little bit. Okay, we got a little bit more sugar left. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. And as you can see, it's getting really thick. Okay, and after about 12 to 16 hours, this will look just right back how it was before, how it was earlier, really liquidy, fluid-like. After we go through the conching process. Almost done with our sugar there. Alright, and we have finished all of our sugar. It's all inside of our melanger. Okay. And that's going to sit there for about 12 to 16 hours. Okay. Woo, thank you guys for going through this process with me. Okay. And this is going to make a delicious dark chocolate. And then after that grinds for 12 to 16 hours, I'm going to show you guys the next part of the process. That'll be conching the chocolate, heating it and conching it, really making it smooth and bringing out that flavor. And then we're going to mold it. Okay. And then turn it into these colors. Okay. So thank you guys for watching my couple episodes with me. And then once again, we are making our Ivory Coast cacao beans. Okay. Delicious. With some Dominican Republic cacao butter. Alright. Thank you guys. I'm posting my videos on YouTube, so you guys can go on YouTube and check me out if you guys want to watch the whole video and whatnot. Thank you guys. Have a good night.